Alright guys, it's officially time to start working on the diesel truck. Our first issue is gonna be the water pump. There was coolant leaking from somewhere, I had no idea until I checked underneath the car. I saw a lot of coolant coming out of the driver's side. I did order an AC Delco water pump. That's the original manufacturer for these trucks. I don't want to cheap out on these trucks because, you know, everything's super expensive. So I'm only gonna buy original parts for this truck. But what I was able to get is this little kit. It was this cheap kit that we are gonna need in order to do this job. And it is 36 millimeter for the main pulley. And then one of these we're gonna stick underneath the truck into the flywheel, so it stops the flywheel from moving, so we can remove the main pulley. Yeah, it came with gaskets. I think it's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. What I also recommend before starting this job is order some of these water pump studs. I tried using the original, but it broke. And get this O-ring from the dealership. The original water pump O-ring usually rips, and you don't want to do this job again. It's actually my first time dealing anything on a diesel engine, so I'm actually pretty excited about that. Alright, so this is off. It was pretty easy. Alright, next on the list is the clutch fan, and I've seen people use a chisel and a hammer, and I don't have the special tool, so let's try that. I tried the chisel for a little bit, but I didn't really like that, so I ended up using a pipe wrench and smacking it with the hammer. So I actually saw a video of some guy just smacking it, and I didn't really think it was gonna happen, but for me it worked out. I just kept smacking it until it just became loose. So now I can just loosen up the fan clutch. So that was pretty nice. Not too hard. No special tools needed. So far I like working on American trucks. This is where you put the breaker bar. There we go. Oh, also, this bolt, yeah, I can feel it. It's loose. That's probably why it was leaking. All right, we already took out this one that was loose. It's probably why it was leaking, but we're already this far. We just need to take out one. We need to take out two more. And then two right here that goes into a pipe that goes all the way down there. I forgot what it was called. All right, next we're gonna remove these two. They're 13s, and we're gonna remove this hose clamp, and we should be able to at least move this out of the way. All right, we're gonna have to remove that bolt, that bolt, and that one to remove this whole setup, because it is, we do need to remove it to get this out. There we go. See, that wasn't even bad. It's just that piece was in the way. And this hose looks like it was recently replaced. The whole water pump was just loose. I don't think I even needed to replace it. It doesn't even look that old. Water pump was loose. Oh. Oh well. Alright, here's the setup. We have the ratchet strap, making sure the socket goes all the way on the bolt. That's what this ratchet strap's for. And then we got the breaker bar, and it's gonna be right here on the frame. Now we're gonna just start the engine like we normally would, and that's gonna loosen the main pulley. That's not good. We did break the breaker bar. I'm gonna have to upgrade to this bigger one. Because we broke the Harbor Freight one, now we got the big boy. We have a ratchet strap to get it stuck to the alternator. Oh yeah, it's off now. We did have to take the harmonic balancer off to remove this bolt right here. To remove this bolt from the water pump. And we just need to remove 2 bolts on this other side. We removed the plastic splash guard here, and we can see the little bolt right there. There's one bolt right there, and there's another one on the other side, and I can't really see it. I think we're gonna be able to get out from under it, but let's take off this one for right now. All right, to get it loose, just use a wrench, and you can get it from underneath the truck pretty easily. Yeah, this one was pretty easy. I thought this was gonna be hard, and I think we can get the other one from under here too. All right, so you don't have to take out this piping, but it would make everything easier. Oh, just dropped it. But yeah, I just removed both of those 2 bolts, and it's starting to drip a little, so I'm gonna put a pen underneath. Right now, the last bolt is a 12mm, and this should pop out. All right, last bolt. All right, since this is where the leak occurred, I have this red Scotch-Brite, and I'm gonna clean it the best I can. All right, that was taking too long, so I'm gonna hit it a little bit with 80 grit. All right, that's a super clean surface. This is what I wanted. I want a real good mating surface because it leaked last time. It leaked from this area, from the gasket. And then this one's already pretty good, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of cleaner and wipe around it. All right, guys, so this is the old pump. This is the new pump. We had the gasket fail right here towards the top. So I am gonna be putting some RTV on the new one. And we also gotta remove these studs. So I put a little bit of Croil on there, and I'm gonna be torching them. Hopefully they'll come out without an issue. I don't want to go to the dealership and buy new ones, but if I have to, I will. It's all right, no biggie. Why they don't include these, I don't know, but let's hope it comes off. This is an E8. Oh no, broke the head. Oh well, I guess we gotta buy them. That's stupid. So we are gonna use some Permatex water pump housing. Silicone on there, and that's just to ensure we don't have another leak. Put some on the other side of the gasket. And we are gonna grease up the O-ring. It makes installing it a lot easier. Alright, so these 3 bolts I did torque to 18 foot-pounds. On the other side, I couldn't really do, but I just kind of did a field test on them. This pipe did start leaking, and I thought it went in there too easily based on what everyone says on how hard it is to install. I just popped it in there, and I had no issue. Well, so I thought. I ripped the O-ring. The O-ring's ripped, so I went to the auto parts store, got another one. Did clean the surface a lot better, and I'm a lube it like crazy. We got that O-ring, the orange one. Wow, that slipped in almost too easy. All right, I think that fixed it. Let's look up there. I don't see anything leaking. That might have been the problem solver. To tighten the harmonic balancer, we will need our special tool. All right, so we're going underneath. All we have to do is add this doohickey right here like that. This will keep the flywheel from moving so you can tighten the pulley, but please remember to remove it before you start the truck. Alright guys, since we don't have a giant torque wrench, we are going to be using my smaller torque wrench to 74 foot-pounds. Then after that, we're going to go do a 190-degree turn. Alright. Alright, now we're finally at my favorite part. We get to put the coolant in, so I just got some full strength. Deck's cool. And we're gonna put it in this clean bucket. Mix it all up. Put some distilled water in. Got a big cup of orange soda. Let's put it in there. And let's check for any leaks. Hopefully everything's good.